India Global.
India Global.
Hello and welcome. Join me, Vinita Menon,
and Pradeep Kumar,
for a trip to an island in Africa, a dream destination for many.
Home once to the dodo, whose extinction rang alarm bells for conservationists worldwide, and a country with 68% of its population having Indian ancestry.
Yes, let's visit Mauritius. The Republic of Mauritius is situated about 2,000 kilometers off the African coast to the east of Madagascar in the Indian Ocean.
It is a volcanic island over 10 million years old, sheltered from the open sea by the world's third largest coral reef barriers.
The majority of the population lives on the main island of Mauritius, Rodrigues, Agalega and St. Brandon being the other islands. Port Louis, one of the wealthiest cities in Africa, is the capital of Mauritius.
Mauritius was successfully colonized by the Dutch, the French and the British. After slavery was abolished by the British, Indian labourers were imported by the colonial powers from 1834 onwards under the indenture system to maintain the labour force in the sugar plantations.
This transformed the demographic composition of Mauritius, creating a multi-ethnic, multi-religious country where the population of Indian origin is in a majority,
with Chinese and Creole communities adding to the melting pot.
That was a snatch of music in Gamat style. Gamat's music is characteristic of the Bhojpuri belt of Bihar and Uttar Pradesh and has been transmitted by the Girmitiyas, the indentured immigrants. The Apravasi Ghat or Immigration Depot, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, pays tribute to the thousands of indentured labourers who arrived in Mauritius from India and eventually settled in the country.
Speaking of our close cultural ties, India's High Commissioner to Mauritius, Anup Kumar Mudgal, says,
if you look at the composition of Mauritius, a very large component of the Mauritian population is of Indian origin. Their forefathers came here a century plus ago and brought with them their cultural heritage. They are from Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh. Mauritian society today is in fact a small replica of what we are in India. It is a composite society which has values very similar to ours, of tolerance, mutual understanding, values of working together. And these features spontaneously unite our two countries. They look towards India as source of their ancestry. They go to India for various reasons, which are very, very emotional reasons sometimes. There is hardly any Indian festival from any faith you may name which is not celebrated in Mauritius and with much more enthusiasm and devotion.
Following the independence of Mauritius on March 12, 1968, the first Prime Minister and father of the Mauritian nation, Sir Siv Sagar Ramgoolam, accorded centrality to India in the foreign policy of Mauritius. High Commissioner Mudgal, speaking of bilateral ties, says,
very few countries would have such a relationship which goes back into history, where people-to-people contacts are very close, where the political understanding and the urge to work together is spontaneous and genuine. There are economic ties in literally all fields, given of course the size of Mauritius, their scale might be small. This relationship is so unique that a former Prime Minister of India said Mauritius is Chota Bharat, it's a small India.
On promotion of cultural activities in Mauritius, High Commissioner Mudgal says,
Indira Gandhi Cultural Center is one of the largest we have anywhere else in the world, and we organize a whole range of functions. There are local institutions and groups which keep organizing cultural programs. The kind of energy people have in celebrating Indian cultural programs, this is natural.
The Rabindranath Tagore Institute was established with the assistance of the Government of India as a centre of studies on Indian culture and traditions.
Here's an extract from the rendition of Tagore's poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear, in Creole, the common language of Mauritius based on French.
Accoute-nous l'esprit, pas marrer à la ficelle la frayère, et que nous capables de marcher la tête haute. Accoute courant connaissance, si qu'il est en liberté.
The Sega Sega beat, the musical soul of the island, is expressed both in its Creole and Bhojpuri songs. Here's a Sega song in Creole.
The Mauritian economy rests on four main pillars: tourism, sugar, textiles, and the services sector, and it is a top performer among African nations. High Commissioner Anup Kumar Mudgal outlined some unique aspects of the India-Mauritius economic relationship.
We are Mauritius' largest trading partner. We are the sole supplier of petroleum products to this country, which is again a very rare feature of any bilateral relationship. Large number of Indian PSUs, be it the State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Life Insurance Corporation, New India Insurance Company, Indian Oil, they are here for generations, and the Mauritians have got used to looking at these institutions as their own. And the best part is that these institutions are being driven by local market forces. This is important.
Being part of the African continent adds an edge to Indo-Mauritian trade ties, says High Commissioner Anup Mudgal.
Being part of African regional cooperation arrangements, Mauritius is planning for developing regional hubs. These could come in the field of healthcare, higher education, or IT, for instance. And in all these fields, given our wonderful history of relationship, Mauritius looks at India as a preferred partner. And we can use this opportunity for expanding our access to the whole region using Mauritius as a stepping stone.
Harnessing the potential of the ocean economy or blue economy based on sustainability is another area of economic growth that Mauritius is pursuing. High Commissioner Mudgal says,
Mauritius is already developing what is called the blue economy. Mauritius is surrounded by sea on all sides, and it has a very large exclusive economic zone, which might really throw up immense opportunity into future. India can definitely partner with Mauritius into developing these resources for our mutual benefit.
Long favoured as a luxury destination with its sandy beaches and turquoise waters, water sports, added attractions like viewing giant tortoises and dolphins,
visiting the Sugar Museum, or going on a tea trail, Mauritius is indeed a tourist paradise.
And amidst all this scenic splendour, the island plays host to the Le Prince Maurice Prize, a literary award celebrating and recognising writers of the heart.
Or simply put, a prize for writing love stories.
And the winner gets to stay in where else?
Mauritius, for a while.
That wraps up our visit to Mauritius. Hope you enjoyed the trip. But before we go, here's a question for you.
This Mauritian writer in Hindi is the first from the Indian diaspora to be nominated as an honorary fellow to India's highest literary organization. Who is he? Send in your answers to indiajourney360@gmail.com. The first three correct answers will get a music CD from AIR's archives and a DVD from the Ministry of External Affairs.
Congratulations, M. Jayachandran from Delhi and Amit Kumar Prajapati from Uttar Pradesh for sending in the right answer to a question on the Czech Republic. Pandit Nehru flew from Prague in the private plane of Dr. Jan Antonin Bata.
Until next time then, goodbye.
And travel safe.